Dakota.
It's 6:24. Welcome back. For many of us, this warmer, drier winter has been great. But for those who make a living off the land, it's causing some concern before it's even over.
Mike D'Andrea spoke with a few locals who are feeling the effects that could be very far-reaching.
I'm here at the Kidder County Courthouse to speak with local farmers and the NDSU Extension Office about how this winter has affected preparations for the upcoming spring. Penny Nestor from the NDSU Research Extension Office says that western North Dakota has been abnormally dry going into this past fall. With the lack of snowfall this winter, there has been a strain placed on aquifers. Nestor says crops aren't the only victims, as the drought is also affecting livestock.
On our livestock side, we're not going to get a fast green up in the spring, and forage production will suffer, and that means we can't have as many cattle on those pastures as we would normally have.
Local farmer Chase DeWitts went further to say that critical water sources for livestock have been affected by the lack of snowfall. He also says the dry weather will make it tough to get started this spring.
I mean, we're to the point of dry right now where come spring, we better see some sort of moisture, or we're going to even have issues getting crops to even germinate. I mean, our top couple inches of soil is so dry that we're going to have something to even get things going.
Another issue is that while there may be less pressure from the weeds on crops, they are much harder to control in a dry environment. Certain weed killers also need rain to be effective. It's not all bad news, though. Livestock were able to graze much longer into this winter, and many farmers and ranchers have had better weather to get needed repairs done. DeWitts is feeling optimistic and says that one good rain or snowfall event can turn the tides for the upcoming growing season. When asked about his overall thoughts on the drought, he had this to say.
It's an ideal time to have a drought. I mean, the savings of not having to push snow or move snow and any of that is, I mean, just exponential.
Reporting for KX News, I'm Mike D'Andrea.
The western half of North Dakota has generally received less than half an inch of precipitation since December 1st.
Yeah, it's definitely been a dry winter.
Yeah.
You know, it's been warmer up until now, Amber, and now the bottom has dropped out, and it doesn't look like we're going to have any snow in the near future anyway.
No. In fact, I just posted on my social media on Twitter and Facebook. You can head there and check it out, a map showing what the potential moisture could be for the next 7 days. And the moisture train wants to miss North Dakota altogether. It's pretty remarkable. We've been very dry, one of the driest winters on record here. And take a look at what we're looking at for the rest of the day today. Here's your dog walking forecast. This is T-Bone. Our temperatures down to 15 and 20 below. We are clear. We've got wind chills down to 45 below. And thank you, Sheila, for this photo. Highs today just below zero for a lot of us. Colder there for the Highway 2 corridor. A few positive numbers in the south. And we also have gained about 3 minutes of daylight since yesterday. That, of course, will eventually help to warm us up. But this is the coldest time of the year. We typically see these Arctic air outbreaks around now, so this is not unusual. Our sun will set later today at 6 p.m., so the days, of course, getting longer and longer. Coming up, I'll give you more of your current conditions as you get ready to head out the door this morning, and we'll also talk about whether we have any snow chances. That's coming up.
Okay, thank you, Amber. And when we return this morning on Good Day Dakota, in our third and final segment of the case for coal, Underwood is at the center of the debate to shut down Coal Creek Station.
Yeah, we'll hear from residents about how Coal Creek Station is the lifeblood of their local economy.
During this COVID-19 crisis, everyone is experiencing raised stress levels. Business is disrupted and consumers are scared. The result can create tense situations. The Better Business Bureau encourages everyone to treat each other with grace, respect, and empathy. We need to work together. When life begins to normalize, people will remember how they were treated during this time. If businesses and consumers treat each other fairly, these relationships will last far beyond this crisis.
My body is truly powerful.
I have the power to lower my A1C.
Because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it.
Lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin.
It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
Hi, I'm Ben with RJR Maintenance and Management. We're a property management company in Bismarck, Mandan area. We offer multifamily complexes, we offer duplexes, quadplexes, single-family homes. It's always our goal to expand our business, expand different avenues, and get the community more that we can offer them with storage units, heated shops, HOAs, condo associations, commercial properties. I feel like we've touched base on a lot of things, and it's what really wraps us all together, being able to provide as much as we can for the community.
Now your forecast first with the KX Storm Team.
Good morning. It is 6:30. Welcome back to Good Day Dakota. Temperatures down to 14 below in Minot, 10 below in Bismarck, and 20 below in Dickinson. Those are air temperatures. Then you factor in a very light wind, and our wind chills are down to 40 below in the north, around 25 and 35 below in the south. Certainly a very frigid bus stop this morning. But through the afternoon, we've got some sunshine. We keep the frigid cold, but I'll tell you about a change in the forecast, when we could see a little snow, and also when we could see positive numbers again. This is Good Day Dakota. The news continues right now.
Good Day Dakota continues on KX News.
It's 6:31. Welcome back. Coal Creek Station is set to suspend operations in 2022, barring a change in ownership. Hundreds would lose their jobs, and the economic impact would be far-reaching. In our final segment of The Case for Coal, I spoke with residents of Underwood about what the plant's closure would mean for their community. There's a lot of debate surrounding carbon capture and sequestration and what it means for the future of lignite coal. At the center of that is Coal Creek Station, which is the lifeblood of small rural communities. Underwood would be one of the communities most impacted by the closure of Coal Creek Station. So we're at City Hall, where we're going to talk to residents about it.
Underwood, Washburn, Turtle Lake, Riverdale, Garrison, Bismarck, Minot. Those are the cities that are going to see the major impact.
Patty Weary sits on the Underwood Area Economic Development Board and says the scheduled closure of Coal Creek Station would be devastating for periphery businesses that supply Coal Creek and Falkirk Mine.
Exodus, I think, from the city. People finding jobs elsewhere if they can, knowing that they're not going to be making the money that they're making now, but they still have to be able to support their families.
Roxy Kapanke has been working at Falkirk Mine for more than 25 years, and her husband Dave put in 40 years at Coal Creek Station.
We would lose the power plant and the mine. Right now, you're talking about over 700 jobs.
With the jobs gone, Kapanke says the impact on the region's economy would be immeasurable.
They're the ones that spend the money. They buy the boats, they buy the cars, they go out to eat, they support their local communities, all these different organizations. You take that away, that's like cutting your legs off.
And she says it's not just the businesses that would fall.
Both the mine and the power plant have like rescue squads or people who are EMTs. They are the volunteers at the fire departments and ambulances in these local communities.
Ryan Warner of Light Spring LLC, a Bismarck-based solar company, acknowledges the disruption that the closure of Coal Creek Station would cause. But he proposes a new way for policymakers to make local economies stronger.
Very tough time for those people, and I totally have empathy for them, because it's hard to have your life disrupted by something that's out of your control and something you didn't cause. You know, the subsidies basically you're giving it to your boss's boss's boss to go and create a technology that's unproven, that if it works, will save your job way down at the bottom.
Instead of subsidizing coal with billions for the new technology, Warner says give those subsidies directly to the people instead, as well as embracing the new grid that, as we explained in our last segment, is gaining traction in other parts of the world.
So in a global economy, North Dakota really is kind of an extraction outpost. And what our opportunity is with this transfer of technology is for us to North Dakota locally own and operate our own energy generation. And doing that keeps the money within our local economy.
Warner says it requires political foresight by North Dakota to generate energy at home and keep money at home. But in the immediate future, former Coal Creek Station plant manager John Weeda says a deal on Coal Creek Station must be made by the end of spring.
It's going to be a challenge making a deal if you keep it operating. So if it shut down first and they had to go to the expense of restarting, that there might not be a deal under those circumstances.
So really, I mean, there is a deadline.
Yeah, realistically, I think Grid Energy has to take a step towards shutdown June timeframe or so this year, 2021. So yeah, it's important that if there is going to be a deal, that it get done this spring.
Of lignite, Coal Creek Station, and new energy technology is a complicated and sensitive subject, especially during these trying times. For more information and to watch earlier segments on our series, The Case for Coal, you can go to our website, kxnet.com. We will, of course, continue providing you the latest developments on the future of Coal Creek Station.
It really is such a complex subject, and if you haven't seen those prior stories, it's really, really informative, that's for sure.
The main takeaway for me is it's not a cut and dry issue, and it's a fundamental question to our state with billions of dollars and hundreds of jobs on the line.
Lots of decisions to be made there as well. All right, thank you, Josh. And keep it with us here on Good Day Dakota. Still to come, a new, more environmentally friendly way of extracting oil has just been approved for use.
Yeah, we'll have the details on the new treatment coming up after the break.
For your business or personal banking needs, call Kevin, Rhiannon, or Wayne at BNC National Bank in Bismarck.
Hi, Don here from Country Auto Clinic. With our North Dakota winter weather, we want to make sure our customers feel safe and secure in their vehicles. From drivability issues to brakes, any issues we find are cataloged, photographed, and sent to you via email or text, including an estimate for cost of repairs. From Acura to Volkswagen, we service all makes and models. Country Auto Clinic. Come see us for all your automotive and light truck repairs.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the cozy is. Home is where the fun is. Home is where the together is. And home is where the yum is. Because when you taste a fresh-made, home-baked pizza, you won't want to be anywhere else. For a limited time, get the Heart Baker Pizza, our signature pepperoni pizza in the shape of a heart, for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
I'm Barb DuBoard. I drive a school bus for Kindred School District. Every day for the last 22 years, I get up early in the morning to drive countless miles on gravel and paved roads to get your kids safely to school.
Barb DuBoard is one of 11,500 members of North Dakota United, the state's strongest group of champions for super, public education, and public services.
My name's Barb, and caring is my superpower.
Tell us about your everyday hero at ndunited.org/heroes.
Game time, play time, or when you need to save time. We're here when it matters. Kirkwood Bank and Trust. When it matters.
Now more Good Day Dakota on KX News.
It's 6:38. Welcome back. Credence Energy Services in Williston is looking to trial a new treatment that could increase oil mobility and production.
Yeah, the oil field chemical provider recently received a grant from the North Dakota Industrial Commission. The funds from the grant will be used to trial biosurfactant treatments, which are green effective, 100% biodegradable. And the trials will evaluate the treatment's ability to sustainably increase oil mobility and production compared to the synthetic chemical that are in use now.
The current economic climate around the industry, it can be pretty bleak for finding new production or maintaining production. So technology like this that we're trying to bring in here can help curb that.
Nelson says that they plan to begin the trials in the next couple of months. So I'm sure we will hear more on that.
Yeah. Now let's check out our National Day calendar.
Yeah, today we celebrate a handy tool with a dandy history.
Welcome to February 10th on the National Day calendar. The umbrella is something that people don't typically think about until they need one. Then it's suddenly the most important thing in the world. And in 19th century British fashion, it was. No self-respecting gentleman would dare venture out without an umbrella as an accessory. It wasn't enough to have an umbrella, though. Everyone had one. The way to stand out in the crowd was by customizing the handle. Some were made of ivory or gold. Others had flashlights, watches, or compartments for tobacco and cigars. And of course, the occasional sword. This made the umbrellas very coveted items, so some came equipped with locks or alarms. And that makes sense given that they were the veritable Swiss Army knife in their day. Today, we celebrate National Umbrella Day by being prepared with a tool that is still best at keeping us dry. I'm Marlo Anderson with the National Day calendar. See you again tomorrow as we celebrate every day.
And for a list of all the national days you can celebrate today, head over to our website, kxnet.com.
Okay, well, let's take another look at the weather here. I don't think we need any umbrellas today. Doesn't look like we're going to need
maybe
a
snow
cane.
Brush. Yeah, no, we don't need that.
I don't think so. Amber, we don't have anything coming our way but cold.
Just your thicker jacket again, your Arctic jacket. And I want to show you just how cold it's been. We got this picture in from Dunseith. Kaylee sent this in to us. You can see there the sun looks like it's on fire, and that's the sun refracting through ice crystals. That's when you know it's cold out there. We're going to keep it cold over the next few days. Here's the Dickinson 7-day outlook. We're down to sub-zero for Thursday, Friday, and into Saturday, we start seeing a warm-up. In fact, a rapid one for the Dickinson area into next week. I've got 20s in the forecast for next week. Here's the Williston forecast, also looking at a nice warm-up heading into the beginning of next week. But before that, we have a surge of very cold air. You can see they're around 10 below on Thursday. Here's a live look at our KX cam in Watford City, where it is very cold, 20 below for an actual air temperature, but it feels like 37 below. Coming up, find out about more of your current conditions this morning, and we'll talk about chances for some snow.
All right, thank you, Amber. And there's still plenty of news and weather ahead on Good Day Dakota, including the extreme cold is here, as Amber's been telling us, and it can create some dangerous conditions.
That's right. In this week's Weatherwise, meteorologist Amber Wheeler shares some simple life hacks to make your winter as safe as possible.
And be sure to stick around to plan your day with Amber. It's all straight ahead.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Coming up today on Studio 701, have you ever gotten a haircut that actually changed your life? For our Glow Up segment, we learn all about cutting off what was grown over a decade.
Wow, and we'll let you know some great flower and candy gifts to look for before Valentine's Day. Join us for all that, Giving Hearts Day, and much more fun on Studio 701.
Watch Friday Night Frenzy for all the scores and highlights of the best high school sports action from around the region. Friday Night Frenzy, only on KX News.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. It's time to welcome the new year with the bath of your dreams. With our Say Goodbye to 2020 sale, we're offering 20% off labor, 20% off material, and no interest, no payment, and zero down until 2022. All of our products are backed with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a lifetime warranty. For a free estimate, call us today or visit us online at bathplanet.com. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Condos. $150K.
How are you, son? Who's your friend?
This is Eric.
Oh, the Big E. Great to meet you. People love my nicknames. It's a whole thing.
It's wonderful, sir.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Advanced Fleet Services is your one-stop shop for all your truck equipment and truck body needs.
Call on us to be your truck equipment specialists.
flatbeds, utility bodies, and lift gates to custom bumpers for your pickup and semi. We carry a full line of 7 different brands, including Knapheide, Bradford Built, Hillsboro, and Truck Defender.
If you have a truck upfit project in mind,
we have the body to complete your truck and get to work. Let Advanced Fleet Services be your dealer and installer.
Join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter with Good Day Dakota.
Well, it's 6:44. Welcome back. It's that time of year again when the brutal cold can slow down our way of life, but there are some simple tricks that can make life a little easier during our North Dakota winters.
New this morning, meteorologist Amber Wheeler is here with a few of those life hacks in this week's Weather-Wise.
Well, Josh and Alicia, I thought I'd give you a few tips for the extreme cold that you can take with you throughout a typical day. So let's start at home. And this was one that some North Dakotans may know, but if you don't, open your doors to your cabinets where your plumbing is when you leave for maybe work or even vacation. When it's really cold, you know, the warmth that's circulating around your house will help to keep the pipes from freezing. We know that warm air rises, so switch your ceiling fan so it runs in the opposite direction. This will circulate warm air down to you rather than helping it to rise. If you head outside to do a little shoveling, you can use WD-40 or something similar on your shoes to make them waterproof, and use cooking spray on your shovel to keep the snow from sticking to it. The cooking spray makes it too slick for any snow to accumulate while shoveling. And when you're back inside from shoveling and you realize your hat maybe gave you some static electricity, use dryer sheets to remove that static as well as frizz from all the dry air. Maybe you want to warm up by the fire after being out in the extreme cold, where you can make your own fire starter with dryer lint inside toilet paper rolls. This is a good one for camping. I've used this one as well. If you're heading to work and wearing maybe some dressier shoes or ones that have lost a little traction, we all have those, use sandpaper to rough them up at the bottom to gain a little more traction. And if you find that your car locks are frozen when you maybe head out to go to work or school, use a little hand sanitizer. The isopropyl alcohol will lower the freezing point of water and melt the ice inside the lock. Or you can heat the key with a lighter to heat it up before you try again. Always make sure when you're driving that you at least have a half a tank of gas in your car during the winter. Not only will it keep you warm if you get stranded, but will also keep condensation in your gas tank from freezing up, causing issues to your fuel line and fuel pump. We all know that foggy windows while driving are a nuisance. Put cat litter in an old sock and place it near your windshield. The cat litter will help absorb the moisture in the air, making it harder for fog to form on the windshields. A few more tips for you when your car is parked. You can lay a blanket across your windshield to keep ice and frost from forming, and use knee-high socks on your windshield wipers to keep them from freezing. Josh and Alicia, I'm not sure if you've used any of these extreme cold hacks, but I found one of the most interesting ones being the kitty litter in the sock.
I like that kitty litter idea. I don't like the smell of kitty litter.
I don't either. Well, maybe use some fresh kitty litter.
Yeah.
Don't use any used stuff. Don't recycle anything.
Buy the high quality stuff.
Yeah, there's some good smelling fresh kitty litter out there. I know it from years of experience.
Yes, it's been a while for me. I have to go shopping.
Great life hacks. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you, Amber.
And when we return on Good Day Dakota, we'll take you all the way up to 7 o'clock.
And we've got everything you need to know as you head out the door to start your Wednesday morning. Stay with us.
Before you turn in, turn on KX News at 9 on the Dakota CW.
I'm Adam Thielen. As a kid growing up in small-town Minnesota, I dreamed of where football could take me. It wasn't easy to get here, but with determination, faith, and the right team behind me, I've been able to achieve more than I ever could have imagined. If there's one thing I've learned along the way, it's that a dream is only as good as the people by your side. From startup to passing on your legacy and the challenges in between, Choice Bank is your financial team through anything.
On behalf of the over 400,000 accredited businesses that support our services across North America, BBB salutes those individuals who cannot shelter in place. Many remain on the front lines, delivering essential services, often at great risk and sacrifice, to enrich or save lives in this time of desperate need. Thank you. Eventually, the all clear will sound, and we will begin returning to normal. Hopefully, we will never forget how much we missed our normal while it was away.
Monoclonal antibodies are a safe and effective treatment for COVID-19. Health experts say if you're at higher risk for complications and test positive, you should talk to your healthcare provider. New medications may lower your risk of hospitalization and severe illness if given early.
This is a safe and effective treatment. It helps the immune system fight the virus.
After I caught COVID, I received the treatment, and within a day, I felt better.
Learn more. Visit health.nd.gov/COVID treatment.
Pledge of Allegiance is an expression of patriotism and commitment to our country. KX News is proud to present the Daily Pledge of Allegiance. The Daily Pledge of Allegiance, honoring those who honor our nation's flag. Sponsored by Eastgate and Parkway Funeral Service. Now your local weather with the KX News Storm Team.
650. We've got some pretty cold temperatures again today. We've had that for the story over the last several days. You can see yesterday's map, the departure from normal, showing most of the nation's midsection was below normal. We continue with this trend for several days, even through the weekend. Now, we also have a lighter wind today. That's the good news. We've got lighter westerly wind this morning. This wind will stay northwesterly through the afternoon around 10 to 15, but the wind chill is certainly still a factor, 25 to 40 below, even down to 42 below this morning in Rugby. So we're keeping low wind chills today. Actual air temperatures, believe it or not, are actually colder than this time yesterday. The reason why the wind chills aren't lower is because the wind speeds are a little lighter. So here's the wind actual temperature map, as you can see here, down to 10 and 20 below. It's pretty frigid out there, even if we don't have a wind chill. Now, through the day today, lots of sunshine. We are going to see a few clouds that roll through the southern half of the state this afternoon, but most of us will stay nice and sunny. So if you want to open those drapes, it'll help with some heat. But outdoors, you're going to feel 25 and 45 below this morning, and then some of the warmest times of the day. We've even got some wind chills down in the south, around 15 to 20 below. That's pretty warm comparing what we have been seeing. Keeping, of course, the lowest ones in the north. Heading into tonight and early tomorrow morning, we certainly could be flirting with 50 below again on Thursday morning. Now, your daytime highs today, again, are mostly sub-zero for the north. A few positive numbers in the south, but we've got colder daytime highs than this. I'll tell you about that and when we could see a little snow. That's straight ahead.
All right. Thanks, Amber. Democrats are urging President Joe Biden to forgive student loan debt for millions of Americans. According to the Federal Reserve, student loan borrowers have an average of $37,000 in debt. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and several other Democrats are pushing President Biden to cancel up to $50,000 in student loan debt per person. Republicans have opposed the idea of canceling student loan debt, saying this moves the burden from the borrowers to the taxpayers. President Biden previously said he supports erasing up to $10,000 in debt, but has not shown interest in pursuing executive action.
One lawmaker wants to add mental health and suicide prevention education to middle and high school curriculum. Senator Joan Heckman sponsored Senate Bill 2311 to require schools to inform their students about how to identify warning signs and risk factors for suicide. Now, it would go further than simply saying that resources must be available in schools. It would actually require direct instruction on the topic to students in grades 7 through 12. Heckman pointed to the 2019 Youth Behavioral Survey that found an increase in the percentage of those who reported considering or attempting suicide.
What are the odds that online poker could soon be legal in North Dakota? A resolution would add a constitutional amendment to allow for the virtual gambling, and if passed, it would then be up to the voters in 2022. Those opposed, including the legal counsel for Turtle Mountain Chippewa tribe, expressed concerns that online poker revenue would go out of state to private companies instead of to state or tribal funding. Representative Jim Casper introduced the bill and says the demand for poker exists in the state and it would be licensed and regulated if passed. 5 states currently offer online poker, including Nevada, New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Michigan.
A bill to raise tobacco prices went up in smoke in committee yesterday. The House bill would have increased the sales tax on cigarettes and other tobacco products, and currently the state tax on a pack of cigarettes is 44 cents, which would have been raised to $1.44. Opponents of the bill say that the increased sin tax would hurt the poorest and lead to black market sales, but the bill sponsor says that it would improve public health. Plus, that money would go to a community health fund to help address other public health concerns such as addiction, and the bill will go to a House floor vote with a do not pass recommendation.
All right, turning to weather now, Amber, what do our low temps look like today?
Well, they're looking pretty low. This morning we're down to 15 and 20 below. Here's kind of a sample of what we're seeing out there. This is Williston, down to 18 below. Winds are out of the west at 12. That's making it feel like 40 below. Then we head to Bowman. As you can see here, we're down to about 13 below with a wind chill of 34 below. So it's frigid out there. And Bowman's one of the areas that could see a little cloud cover as we head through the rest of the day today. Here's your forecast. Nice and sunny for a lot of us. A few clouds moving into the south as we head into Thursday. This is where we could see a little bit of light snow. A lot of models trying to keep this in South Dakota, but I do have some short range, some high resolution models that bring a few light snow showers to the Bismarck and Dickinson areas. So we'll be watching for a little bit of light accumulation on Thursday. That is the extent of our snow forecast even through the weekend. And we'll have some sunshine as we head into Friday, but that sun will not warm us up. Here are your highs. On Thursday, we're down to 5 and even 15 below for daytime highs. Of course, overnight lows just as cold as what we have been seeing, down to around 20 below, if not colder in some cases. And we keep the cold air coming. As you can see, this Arctic air will continue to slip to the south, and it will make many folks in Texas and Oklahoma very cold. One of the coldest Valentine's days on record for many across the country. Here's the forecast for Dickinson. We've got an average high of 30. Certainly not going to see that anytime soon. As you can tell here, sub-zero for Thursday and Friday. Also double digits for Williston, sub-zero on Thursday. It isn't until next week we start seeing those double-digit positive numbers. You can see that here in the Minot forecast. We've got some warmer temperatures ahead. Here's your forecast for Bismarck. Once again, seeing warmer temperatures. It looks like the Arctic air will be retreating into the next week.
All right, thank you, Amber. Now let's take a look at our top stories for today. Opening arguments are slated to begin this afternoon in the second impeachment trial of former President Trump. On Tuesday, the Senate voted to continue with the proceedings after hearing arguments as to its constitutionality. All 50 Democrats said that it was, and they were joined by 6 Republicans. And the World Health Organization says that COVID-19 probably emerged when the coronavirus crossed from animal to humans. Last month, the group sent experts to Wuhan, China, to search for the pandemic's origins. The WHO says that they found no evidence that the virus came from a lab. And coming up after Good Day Dakota, CBS This Morning will bring you more on those big stories of the day.
Now turning to our COVID-19 North Dakota watch, the latest numbers from the health department showing 99 new cases of the coronavirus, bringing the number of active cases here in the state now to 734. 2 deaths were also reported, a Cass County woman in her 80s and a Ward County woman in her 90s. Since the start of the pandemic, 1,427 North Dakotans have died with the virus. 101 additional people have now recovered. 37 are currently in the hospital, and more than 137,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have been administered in North Dakota. Now a look at the new cases by county. Cass reported the highest amount with 29 new cases. Burley 11, Grand Forks County 9, and Williams County saw 7 new cases. For the latest information, including all of the latest case numbers, resources, and prevention, head to our website, kxnet.com.
Well, one business is hoping to make prom extra special for its students this year.
Now until the end of February, TNT Hair Salon is asking for people in the community to donate new or lightly used prom dresses. Gowns can be dropped off at the salon in Williston between 10 a.m. and 11 p.m. The owner tells us her ultimate wish is that all girls have a great dress to go to prom this year.
There's a lot of people in high school that this is a big major moment, and you know, like I said, last year a lot of it was taken away, so I'm hoping that this year we can make it extra special.
And she says that if you are not in the area, but you still want to help out, you can mail those dresses to the salon as well. So just get some more use out of those dresses and help a lot of people out.
Absolutely. All right, Amber, well, you gave us a bunch of tips to help ourselves out in this extremely cold weather.
Yeah, it's pretty cold out there. Again, an understatement, because Arctic air is still continuing to give us another push. For the second half of the work week, we get even colder than where we're at right now. Take a look at the temperatures out the door this morning. Again, down to 15 and 20 below for many, as warm as 11 below in Bismarck, if you can call that warm. Here, your wind chills 30 to 40 below seems to be about the average. And as we head through the day today, our highs will mostly, especially in the northern part of the state, stay sub-zero. A few positive numbers in the south, and you can see here we've got some colder temperatures ahead for daytime highs. A lot of double-digit sub-zero heading into Thursday, and then an eventual warm-up into next week. It looks like we'll start seeing more average temperatures for February heading into the next work week.
Okay, looking forward to warmer days. Thank you, Amber, and thank you for joining us this morning on Good Day Dakota.
CBS This Morning, straight ahead.